Bottom boys, bottom boys, making bottom noise.
They get the bottoms.
Getting to the bottom,
Bottom
of
of
the
it.
bottom,
Bottom
of
of
the
it.
bottom,
Bottom of
getting
it.
the bottom,
Bottom
we're getting
of
the
it.
bottom
Not on top.
of going
Bottom of it.
viral bottom,
Viral
viral bottom.
Viral Bottoms sounds kind of gross, actually. Welcome to the Bottom Boys cast. I'm Matt Keck, alongside the light of my life, Paul Shields. And we've got a special guest with us today. We got ourselves Mr. Josh Jordahl.
Greetings.
Now, before we get started, I've realized that on our podcast we are smart enough to wait till the end to plug everything when everyone's probably already bailed. So everyone, visit our website, bottomboyscast.com. We got shirts, we got merch, we got stickers, and we also will keep you up to date with our ongoing shows, which our next one is Black Friday at the Rhino.
Ooh, Black Friday.
Yeah, that's right. Special discount comedy. Name brand comedy discount price. Yeah, it's a discount, right?
You gotta get in line the day before, pitch your tent, and get in line.
I mean, if you
to
buy
go
it
to the
on,
show.
if you buy it online early, you just get the deals. You don't even have to wait in line.
shit.
You can skip the line.
Yeah,
skip
nice.
the line. We had our first show back after a few months.
Oh yeah, it'd been a couple months.
Yeah, we did the Rhino for the first time. I feel like it went pretty all right. It was pretty good.
Yeah, it did. First time there, so
Yeah, what was your favorite bit of the show?
well, I mean,
I haven't put much of it up yet, actually. I've only cut like one joke out so far.
I liked. I'll tell you what I didn't like. I didn't
Okay.
like dressing as Urkel.
Oh, you
And then-
didn't love that?
Didn't love
You
that.
didn't like doing, did AI do that?
And then going up and having to go, did AI do that?
Listen, Paul hated it. Literally, the rest of everyone loved it. Like, I got reviews. Amber's cousins, favorite part of the show. They said, Paul saying, did AI do that over and over again? Gold. So, we're going to make you do it again. I don't know when, but
Okay.
we're going to make you do it again.
Rod was great.
Rod was
Rod's-
awesome.
yeah.
Rod was
Yeah.
really good. Teague was chaotic and fun, like he always is, singing songs. I mean, I feel like we just have, I don't know, we have these shows that no one else really puts on. Like, it's chaos, but it's like fun chaos.
I had fun at them all.
Yeah.
I think our
Scoots
memorial
Magoots.
to our
The retiring of All Star and the memorial to
In the
I still
beginning?
didn't search his name. Steve. Yeah. from
yeah
Smash
Steve
Mouth.
the guy from Smash
With
Mouth
the painting.
yeah we did a painting for.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, you should have brought the painting. We could have.
Oh yeah,
that up.
I'll bring that over. It'll be on the next one. We'll have it
Okay.
in the back. We're just gonna have a whole series of art. And then since then, we just got back from Utah.
Oh yeah.
As you guys can
Tracking
see, a
the
lot of this
elusive
stuff.
Mormons.
Paul is big into Dungeons and Dragons, as I am myself. Got the tattoos to be a poser and prove it. And we went to what's called Evermore Park, which is like the Dungeons and Dragons theme park out in the middle of the Mormon Mecca, right outside Salt Lake City. Yeah, it was pretty fun.
Yeah.
Definitely something like we talked about. There's some things you could do to like improve the experience, but some of the stuff was great.
Yeah, I had a good time, and I thought going around doing the questions stuff. I think in my head the best part I had was just thinking, I could do this better, and then thinking, oh, how would I do this better, and
Yeah.
thinking of a whole deal myself how I would make one.
Right.
And so that was kind of fun in my head.
Yeah,
doing
creating
it.
your own like theme park campaign as
Yeah.
you're walking around. Yeah, they had some good actors. I feel like the
Yeah.
Mystics were cool.
Oh, yeah.
They read your future. How'd you feel about that, by the way?
They threw the bones down. He threw the bones down. And
Uh-huh.
it was like, "This is your bone."
And
it
was-
was the shortest, fattest bone in the pile.
I
And
noticed. I
was-
noticed
yeah.
you noticed that.
Yeah, I was like, "Why's my bone the shortest, fattest one?"
He's like, well, there was a lot of bones. It just happened to be the one. And it was
Okay.
like he didn't even tell you no. He just winked at you.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you think he nailed your future though? What do you think?
Yeah. What did he say? I can't even remember what the hell he said.
He said that for your ultimate goal that you have, you're on the
Oh, yeah.
wrong path.
I'm on the wrong. I have to change.
And you need to change
everything.
paths.
I'm stopping doing every single thing I'm doing.
He Robert
and
Frosted your
changing
ass.
my path.
He was like, the wood diverged, and you took the wrong one,
And
bitch.
you're on the wrong one.
It's like it has made all the difference.
Yeah, so now I'm just conflicted. I don't know whether to stop doing every single thing, and then just switch up and
Maybe you just do it one thing at a time. You just, you calibrate. You see what
stop
what
doing
changes.
what I should stop.
Yeah,
doing.
figure out what you should stop doing. Like,
Burn it all down, Paul. Just
I'm
I
just
mean,
gonna burn
start.
everything down.
Just start from the beginning.
I don't hate that. I mean, Gilbert Grape this bitch. Let's go.
I was surprised they had like no merch through the whole thing to like advertise their thing. Plus, every like Uber we took or even restaurant we went to,
Yeah.
nobody knew the play. They're like,
It was crazy, like how many people were like, "Oh, I've not heard of this." And then you had some people that were like, "Oh, I come to the Christmas thing," and they did have Halloween while we were there. That shit was kind of scary. Like,
Oh, yeah,
the
those
vampires were
statues
cool. The
were-
statues were crazy.
Yeah.
It was like right up on me. Wah! Woo! It made me jump. It was good. I loved that.
I became a knight.
Yeah,
and a
we got knighted.
monster hunter.
The knights were pretty cool. They were actually a little improv troupe at the little show thing, and they weren't bad. They were pretty funny, actually. Like, watching it, I was like, oh dang, it's better than the Renfest people, at least.
Oh, yeah. It was definitely better than the Ren Fest.
Yeah, it's
whole
an
thing.
upgrade from a Renfest for
Yeah.
sure. It felt a little like going into Skyrim, like, sorta, but like just the walking parts though. Like, you don't get to go into a cave and fight like a skeleton. It's the parts in the city where they're like, "Oh, can you go talk to old Wilma and borrow a loaf of bread?" And then you take it and you just walk from. We walked a lot. 2 days.
We
The
did.
first day I walked 17,000 steps. That was the day we got lost in a corn maze.
Oh, yeah. We went to fucking corn bellies. We're at corn goddamn bellies.
And the second day, we took 21,000 steps, and that is the day that we went to the gardens, and we went to the dinosaurs, and it was a lot of walking, and my fat ass is a little less fat today than it was Thursday, but I'm working to put it back. I'm working to get it back. So we sang about viruses. We sang about virality. That's what we're talking about. That's what we're getting to the bottom of.
Oh, yeah.
We're getting to the bottom of going viral. And I feel like nowadays almost everyone talks about how they have gone viral or they're gonna go viral. I mean, TikTok has changed the whole game as far as going viral goes. But I feel like before we get into that and what viral means right now, we can kind of like rewind a bit and go to like the history of what going viral was. Because like in my field, that's what a boss will ask for. They're like, "Hey, we need to go viral, right? We need to hit the button that makes things go viral," which
Yeah.
some people do seem to have, other people don't seem to have that button. And so maybe it isn't an unreasonable ask. Maybe there is a way to solve it.
Well, maybe we should start with the fact of what we have here. We have
Yes.
Matt. We have Matt here who
Hello.
has been viral in the past.
Yeah,
on more than one occasion.
Yeah,
Have
a majority of times.
Yeah.
Not majority of times. A
Yeah.
lot of times. In a lot of different ways. So I think we can talk through that.
And we
then
have
get
Josh,
here.
who he's kind of new to the getting started with the viral stuff, looking to get viral.
What's your channel, Josh?
Jordahl's Dumb Videos on all platforms. At Jordahl's, JORDAHLS, Dumb Videos.
Dumb videos.
Jordahl's Dumb Videos, and he's on every platform. And how long have you been doing it?
5 months.
5 months?
Ooh,
5
5
months.
What's biggest pop off so far? What's been your most successful video, do you think?
So, my most successful video was the video I was avoiding doing.
Okay.
Because, for whatever reason, I had made up in my mind I was just going to do innocent, stupid things on these videos.
Yeah.
And then, because I didn't want to alienate my audience.
Sure. You wanted it to be accessible.
Inclusive.
Sure.
And then I was like sitting there, I was like, what fucking audience? Like,
Yeah.
all my
Been
friend,
there.
all my friends who already know how I feel about these hot button issues
Right,
and all
right.
this. So I made this video involving Nikki Haley
Okay, yeah.
speaking double like she tends to do. and it's close to 200,000 now.
That's
impressive. That is by
Wow.
far
That's very impressive.
and that's on Instagram.
Oh yeah, that's extra impressive. Instagram's right now, I feel like, is a harder platform to crack big views on. So
Yeah, I
that's,
can't even figure out how to log in.
actually one of my friends at work today, he made a video because the Subway CEO, there was a headline that said he hates slowpokes. And he made a video where he was like, I mean, it's not my favorite Pokemon, and it was just a real quick video. And he actually he put it on TikTok, he put it on Reels, but Reels is where his popped off today. And it's I think he said it was at like 11,000 views. And I was like, I mean, I don't think, so far with Reels, I don't think I've had any success with the stuff we post. So I think that's always super impressive. But yeah, so you've been doing it for about 5 months. What end goal do you have with it?
Well, I'm doing it for fun.
Totally.
But what I find is it for me, the views forces you to be more creative.
Totally.
And it makes you want to create more content.
Yeah.
Better content.
Like being perceived almost energizes you to create something that you want to be perceived, right?
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
in the beginning, you just create. And some of it wasn't very good.
Oh, yeah.
Like, because
Definitely.
you think you have to, publish or perish, type thing.
And even still today, I would say, we post stuff that I'll post shit that I look back at, and I'm still like, that's not that good. But it just happens, right?
Right.
Well, sometimes you'll I will, when I've written stuff and do whatever, and then I'm like, you know what, that wasn't too bad.
Uh-huh.
At first, you think this
think it's
is horrible.
not that great, yeah.
Then I go back, I'm like, oh, you know what? After I take some time away from that wasn't too bad, actually.
I feel like that's kind of how it is usually when we finish here. A lot of times, I feel like I'm like, oh man, that was pretty good, and you're just like, I don't know.
Yeah, every time I do,
and then you hear it
listen,
back,
like,
and you're like, actually, that was
yeah,
pretty good.
yeah.
I feel like you forget when you're funny, which is pretty. That's just you in general.
Yeah, I guess so.
I guess I could just cover in general the different ways I've gone viral.
Yeah.
We could just talk about each one and break it down and see if breaking those down, if in some way we start to see a pattern of what works and what doesn't. Is there something universal about the algorithm that we can just pinpoint? And I mean, people spend tons of money doing this, so obviously we're not going to solve everything. I think Mr. Beast spends millions of dollars
Beast?
Yeah, the guy from the candy bar aisle that I
was like,
introduced you to.
who's this dude? Why did he get this model? He's a goob.
Yeah, he spends millions of dollars just on his YouTube thumbnails, doing A/B testing on how that gets more clicks.
Holy
it's
cow!
Wild.
Yeah.
And so we're not gonna solve anything to that level. That's insane. But we might figure out some stuff that could help somebody. So first time I would say I had any sort of internet virality was the Browning, which anyone who's watching this is a electronic metal band that my brother-in-law started and so graciously let me be a part of for a while. And the reason it got viral is because we got into a niche on MySpace. So this is how far back this was. And back then, on MySpace, it really was about spamming, which I think is what ended up killing the platform in the end. But it was just number of clicks you could get out. It was how many people can you add as friends? Because those people would, actually click into your profile. This was your first social media experience.
Yeah, that MySpace. I remember that MySpace.
Yeah.
Remember we did MySpace? I had MySpace, and then I documented when we did the the ramen diet, the $3 ramen diet, where we could only spend $3 a day, and you had to each meal you could eat whatever you wanted as long as you didn't spend over $3, and you had to include ramen. And then
ramen.
Yeah, ramen. Mm-hmm.
And then I stuck with it for a month, but then I lost all the feeling in my leg, my left leg, lost all its feeling, and then I went to the doctor, and he's like, "Well, was your diet changed?" I'm like, "Nope, I didn't. Nope, diet hasn't changed at all."
Nope, just
yeah,
as much sodium as possible.
Yeah.
I remember this.
Something happened to you too. Weird. You bowed out sooner than I did in doing this.
Yeah,
I documented it on MySpace.
It started as a dollar amount, right?
Yeah, you could only.
And we included ramen in every.
And then you
dish.
added ramen in.
I think that was me.
That sounds like you.
Into the deal, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Well, let's get Rob." 'cause that's
How
cheap.
could we almost kill ourselves?
Yeah,
We've done this. We did the water drinking thing.
Oh,
I'm on
yeah,
the
I've
guy
heard of
doing that.
that.
Yeah.
We're like,
Oh yeah, I was on the ground when he said you could drink a gallon of water in 20 minutes.
If you would have filmed that, might have gone viral.
Oh my goodness, I did it. I drank the gallon of water in 20 minutes, and the body temperature inside. I shouldn't have drank cold water. Was the problem, and it lowered my body, and I was on the ground laying there just shaking, and I couldn't. I thought I was dead.
And I feel like actually what you're talking about here does touch on something that's like has to go with virality. You're talking about because the drinking the water and stuff, that's like an old challenge thing, right?
Yeah.
And challenges like have been around since the dawn of the internet, but since we've all gotten more access to video, posting yourself doing the challenge, like drinking the water, I feel like it was like drinking a gallon of milk was a big one early on. The cinnamon challenge was really big early on, and then it evolved into like the ice bucket challenge. It's like none of these things are things where anyone remembers who started those things. They're just things that allowed anyone who wanted to make that form of content to join in on like the collective moment.
Yeah.
And it's different things too. I think TikTok made it a lot more dance heavy a lot of times too, or some of the stupid things where it was like get out of the car and dance do the kiki and shit.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's horrible and it's not the best thing in the world, but like challenges is like, I mean, then there was the Tide Pod quote unquote challenge where they played with the idea of challenges, right? But they were really just tricking the old people into thinking they were eating Tide Pods. No one was eating Tide Pods, but they were talking about it on the news. Like,
They do look. I've looked at some Tide
look
Pods.
delicious,
I mean,
don't
they
they?
smell good. You're like, I might. They're gummy, like a gummy thing, right? And so it's
Yeah.
like, yeah. I mean,
it looks yummy to me. I'd eat it. It looks like Haribo. I bet they're
Yeah.
sour. You think they're sour?
very soapy, probably.
Oh, yeah, that's true. But the bottom's maybe a little fun dippy. It's kind of got that
Yeah.
grain stuff. You
Yeah.
just let that melt on there, and then you pass out from the toxins.
Or like the icing from like Dunkaroos or something.
Ooh, yeah, just
that white.
dip it in. Oh, that sounds good.
oh yeah, and also if you stick around to the end, we're gonna freaking try to go viral.
Oh, that's true. We will get at the end of this. We're going to see who can go the most viral, and I'll clip each of our viral moments, and we'll see which moment goes the most viral. I'll just lead into this from the Browning. My most viral moment. The next thing I did, I'm a snake, which we talk about all the time because it's my bread and butter. But for I'm a Snake, it's interesting because that's the one where people ask the most questions because it's obviously the most viral. It continues to be viral. Did I plan on making it go viral? And the answer to that, I always would humbly say, well, you never knew. But actually the plan was yes. I didn't make that without the intentions of it going viral. I didn't know that it would, but I was lucky and it did. So that, for me, was inspired by the movie Funny People, actually.
Oh wow.
So in the movie Funny People, Jonah Hill, he's a young stand-up.
Oh, that funny people.
Yeah, the movie. Yeah, that terrible movie.
Not the one where they break in and they accost the family.
Oh, with
I don't even know what you're talking about.
I don't know.
it's
Is it
it's a
called Funny
deep cut.
People?
Yes.
Is it called Funny People? Something like that. I don't know. It's real. Yeah.
I have no idea what that one is. I'm talking like Adam Sandler.
Oh yeah.
And Seth Rogen. Yeah. So Jonah Hill's character.
Deep cut.
He made a video where he pretends to be a cat, and he put the link to his stand-up on the side of it. And I had moved to Texas, and I was trying to make a name for myself in stand-up, and I was like, well, going viral is a smart way to do this. Like, I want to do sketch stuff, too, and everything else. So I started doing characters and whatever. And so, yeah, I made I'm a Snake because I had the hat. I did the voice. Amber laughs. She doesn't laugh at shit. And it worked. And now, it didn't just instantly work, though, and I think that's something that a lot of people miss. People think that they can just make the content, throw it out there, and it will magically just stick. That's not what we did. We went and posted it every single place possible, all over our MySpaces for the bands, all over my MySpace, and then Johnny was big into Counter-Strike, and they had, like, forums where you could post about the game, but you could also post memes and jokes. And he would start spamming my video as a comment, or he'd post it up as his own. And then it started getting used in that group as a meme because they had all seen it.
Okay, hold on a second. So
it was all...
when you did the video, you went, "This could go viral."
Yes.
That video.
Yes.
You thought that video could go viral,
and I would tell you right now that
I know I'm wrong.
Yeah, I was going to say me thinking that proves that I was right.
Well, yeah.
Yes, at 1,000% yes, and I'll tell you why. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. What is it?
Right.
Audio
Right,
mnemonics.
I get it.
Audio mnemonics.
Yeah.
It's a hook.
So you get that deal in your head.
It wasn't just a hook. It was a hook with a bunch
it.
of clever references put into it. So I'm a snake over and over again, and then I talk about every snake you've ever seen in your life. I talk about the Jungle Book. I talk about Harry Potter. I talk about Anaconda. I talk about all this stuff. So now anytime you think about a snake, you're thinking about me again. It's already in your head. Now you see a snake, and in your head you go, "I'm a snake." And it's been 10 years since you've seen that video, and suddenly you look it up. I'm a cameo.
Nice.
Like it's just audio mnemonic, and that was all I did for the longest time. Make it repeatable. Make it easy. The most easily digestible thing is something everyone can take.
Like the hook for a song. Got it. Yeah.
Now, the problem with that is you're not building a foundation for anything. I'm a Snake isn't related to anything else I'm trying to do. I'm a Snake doesn't get people to a stand-up comedy show. I'm a Snake doesn't sell books. I'm a Snake doesn't push a podcast. I mean, it does to some extent. Like, people more so than if I didn't have it. But I also now I have this, like...
You have a foundation.
I have, like, an albatross, though, that's, like, here. That's always there. No matter what I do, it's the I'm a Snake guy doing it. Yeah. And so it's not necessarily a bad thing. Like, I embrace it to some extent, and I can do a lot of stuff without people ever knowing. Like, most of the other things I've done, people didn't know it was the I'm a Snake guy doing it. And so I'm grateful for that, because the hat's famous and I'm not. But what's the value in going viral if that moment can't be capitalized for the rest of your personal brand?
Or, maybe I'll ask questions to someone, to both of you.
Yeah.
Why do you want to go viral?
So I don't think I ever necessarily want to go viral, but I'd like to achieve the popularity of virality. So for me, it'd be less about going viral and more about consistently having a level of eyeballs that someone like me right now would consider viral. So, like, I don't consider Ryan Reynolds as going viral because everything he does, everyone sees. He just is Ryan Reynolds, and everything he does, everyone sees. So, for me, going viral is about getting the attention so that I can then do the things I would like to do. Like, I'd like to, write certain things, create certain things, perform in certain ways. And so you can't do that without getting some form of attention. We're in the middle of the country. How else do you get attention?
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's what it is for me.
Why do you want to go viral, Josh?
Ego. 100%.
Oh, that's a huge part of it.
Yeah. And more likes you get, the more people it's a recognition
dopamine.
Of what you have.
Yeah, I mean, you can't ignore the dopamine, right?
That's
a
any
huge part of
performer.
Social
any performer that's the deal. They want to get some kind of,
Well, that's the reason we keep performing live, right? It's that validation, that feeling, that hit, like that adrenaline and dopamine, like it's a drug you can't buy. And that's why you do it.
And at this point for me, like I was saying earlier, I'm talking about serious shit while making a joke, right?
Right.
Like, so the goal has kind of changed for me where it's like, getting serious for a second, Bottom Boys. It's real fucked up right now.
Oh, yeah. No doubt.
And I don't agree with a lot of it, right?
Yeah.
But if people pay attention to you, you might be able to just maybe change that a little bit so they can start focusing on what they need to focus on.
Yeah, how can you sway the conversation? How can you at least be another voice in the right direction?
Right, and I think humor has that power, right? Where you're like,
it does, very much so.
Look how dumb this is. Like,
George Carlin's bread and butter right there.
Right.
Yeah.
And so that's what is kind of more
you say that, but in general, I don't know that it's going to sway anything necessarily. People listening to that and listening to your deal are probably the people that are already on board with how you're thinking. right?
Well, that's
I mean,
something.
you could. Go ahead.
Well, that's something I didn't know if we wanted to save it until we got further into. But what I've noticed is my audience has grown. I don't have that many followers, but I think my audience has grown because the people who agree with me want to come in and ha ha ha.
Yeah.
The people who disagree with me, especially in this climate, they still engage with the shit. You know, they'll still post their dumb little tropes.
Troll you or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's not even a troll. Like, we're at a different level, and Matt might be able to attest to this too, but we're at a different level now where it's just stupidity. It's not even trolling. It's like they'll say something that makes zero sense, or they'll say something that proves the point you were trying to make in the video you just posted.
Right.
Right. So, or try to prove that why you're wrong on your comments.
Right.
type
Right.
of
Yeah.
deal.
They come
right,
in
right.
and yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Understood.
So it actually is helping with the engagement.
I guess so.
I would make the argument that if you come into the conversation assuming that your point of view is only going to be an echo, and you don't speak, the only people who are going to speak are the people who disagree with you. And so if we don't speak, less people are going to speak. But if you do speak, there are people who will hear what you say and will believe what you say. There are people out there who do attach to the things they see online, and they do sway that way. I mean, there's a reason a lot of former Democrats have gone down the Q hole. And it's because those are the people talking and saying the things that they want to hear.
Yeah. And people get their news from TikTok and Facebook. And
I actually would say potentially that the attitude of don't say it because no one's listening is what may have gotten us to a lot of where we're at politically. And I would have had that attitude before too. I generally don't comment on political stuff a lot for that reason, and because I don't have the backbone to deal with the trolling constantly. If I want to do funny things, and I don't always want someone being like, "Oh, you eat babies" or whatever the fuck they say these days, because it's all fucking nonsense. But so I don't have the backbone to do that. It's cool that you do, but I think that that's the good attitude to have, because I think the more people that say the right thing, the more people are going to hear the right thing.
But yeah, I mean, at first it was for fame, but now it's like, maybe you could do something with this.
There could be some altruism to it, sure.
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, and can something be egotistical and altruistic at the same time? I think so, for sure.
And for monetary reasons?
Yeah,
perhaps?
I mean, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, yeah, absolutely. Because, I mean, who was it? Stephanie McMahon. I'm going to quote Stephanie McMahon, who said, philanthropy is the new marketing. So it's like, you can do good, but you can use it to benefit your PR, too, at the same time.
Right.
For sure. What next? Reddit. I've gone viral on Reddit posts before. I will tell you the one that I remember the most, and that was short and sweet, picture of me, stand-up shots, and it just said, Toddlers and Tiaras is the prequel and sequel to 16 and Pregnant, which was a one-liner I came up with. Never even had said it on stage, just put it on a meme, and that went to the front page of Reddit, and I started getting texts from people that were just like, I can't believe you're on my Reddit front page. It was one of my old friends. He's like, fucking hate you. I can't get away from you. But I even had, like, a comedian who hit me up on an email, and he was like, you stole my joke. That's my joke. And I was like, I mean, it's not even my joke, so you can have it. I'm sorry. I didn't know it was someone's joke. I just made a meme. I've literally never told it, so it's yours. My bad. Sorry, 10,000 people on Reddit saw it. But I think on that, it goes back to some of everything that we're talking about. Short and sweet, right? It was simple. That's what most of these memes are. Even you go back to Bad Luck Brian or whatever. You create a concept everyone can get. A conceit everyone can understand. They know how to make the twist. It's easy, it's accessible, and you can read it in 2 seconds. You can read it before you even scroll past it. I feel like that is what's driven a lot of modern virality. I feel like the image meme almost is what started killing the long-form YouTube video to me. That's what started reducing the attention span that you saw, that you needed for virality. And it also started kind of fragmenting our attention span, too, because if you can consume content this fast, well, you're going to see it in 100 different places, and everyone's going to see 100 different things. And some people will see the same things, but, I mean, this is something that went from memes to everything at this point. Yeah. But like, where did our cultural touch points go? I feel like that starts to affect virality. Like if you're making a joke, let's say for example, Teague made some jokes about The Last of Us at our show.
Yep.
Huge HBO show. I've seen it. You've seen it.
I've seen it.
Yeah, absolutely. But I guarantee you there's a lot of people at our shows who haven't seen it or who have only watched it while looking at their phones or etc. And it's like, but at some point, there was a point in time where if you mentioned the big HBO show at a comedy thing, you could assume 80% of the audience had probably seen it.
Right. Yeah, because that's all there was.
Right.
Yeah.
So
when
now
I was young, there's 3 channels or whatever.
Everything started there, and then just boom, cable, boom, expanded cable, boom, satellite,
there's
boom,
so much content,
fragment, and the internet's the exact
which one are you
going to
see? Yeah, which one are you going to look at? So I guess that's the 2-second thing you're talking about. Which one's going to make you stop and see it and be able to?
And so in marketing, how they describe it is they say it's literally the first 3 seconds. If you don't get their attention in the first 3 seconds, you're not going to get them at all. And honestly, 3 seconds is probably long. They say, like, they make you do all these different things for best practices because they think you're not going to be able to keep their attention. Like, they come in with the assumption you can't keep attention, and so it's like, you got to put the logo up front. You got to put as much of your messaging as you want up front because you also get metrics back where, have you ever been on there and they're like, hey, what do you think of when you think of a razor? And they give you like all the different companies and you click. That's marketing research that they give back to these people, and they tell you what the recall for the ads that were served to the people on these things were. So it really is like everything right in the very front has to have something that catches someone's attention. That's how they pitch it. But I don't know that that's always right either, because some of these videos people will share, I'm like, this has 100 million views. I've been watching it for 15 seconds, and it's just been a crazy shot that nothing's happened yet. Like, you're waiting for the thing to happen, and then no one edits their videos down, and they still go viral. So I don't know if marketing's got it wrong.
I think it's kids.
I mean, it could be.
I think it's kids. Like, kids.
My nephew, and I don't know how old he is, actually 11, 12, something like that. I think he's 11 or 12. I think he's 11, 12. All he watches is YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
videos.
They don't even watch.
That's all he watches.
No Netflix, none of that stuff. It's all YouTube.
Yeah. None. Just YouTube.
And then the gamer kids will watch some Twitch or whatever. But even that's a lot on YouTube now. Like,
yeah, I don't think he watches any TV shows that I know of, really.
Yeah.
You know, any of that.
How
YouTube
old is he?
Videos. 10, 11?
Yeah. What about his older brother? Does he watch any traditional TV stuff? Or is he...
I don't know. I don't know his viewing deals. He
Yeah.
plays football and crap,
Right, I know.
so
he's a jock type guy.
Yeah, so he watches more of that stuff.
I know my nephew, he's 17.
Yeah.
I mean, he's watching Hot Ones, and he's watching YouTube like TV, like television.
I mean, it is like TV, right?
Right.
Hot Ones is almost the length of a TV show sometimes, yeah.
But all those types of donut media, stuff like that. So they're still consuming, I think
similar media through a different format almost.
Right.
Yeah.
When I was young, to go viral, you had to
not take your shots.
You had to catch typhoid.
Yeah. You either had to be the world's fattest twins on motorcycles.
Ooh, I bet that would still make you go viral.
That picture
like if we became the world's fattest twins somehow.
And got on motorcycles, yeah.
But they look like mini bikes. Plaid pants.
I still
or
think that they should
cover your face in bees.
I still think they should let us remake Twins. I want us to be the new Twins.
I still think the world's fattest twins picture was a picture of Hank Williams Jr. just stretched out and duplicated.
It does look like
going in a mirror.
It looks like it's like
the side of a mirror building.
It's like they made a Macy's Thanksgiving Day balloon of Hank Williams Jr. and they made a backup in case it popped.
Yeah. And they're just, Hank, why do you eat so much? Yeah.
But yeah, for everybody to go viral back then, it had to be just if you saw it on TV.
I mean,
or whatever, right?
Even just looking at industries, like let's talk about stand-up comedy, right? They had a path. There was the one way. You went to Johnny Carson. You were on The Tonight Show. You were booked across the country. Everyone saw you because you were on Johnny Carson, and everyone watched it. Now you can go on a late-night show 10 times, and people won't know who you are.
So much easier to advertise back then.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, just go
And
nail,
you hit everyone.
nail a flyer on the front door of a church
Yeah.
and start a religion.
True story.
I mean, yeah, for sure. Like, the more fragmented it gets, the harder it gets to start new things. The harder it gets to break through the noise. The harder it gets to start over. I mean, even us starting the Arson Club back up this year, a lot of the success that we've been able to have online started because of tapping into old things. Because it's like, I can hate on Hollywood all I want, say they don't have new ideas, but it really has been tapping back into, like, old sketches we did, old Snake stuff, old whatever. I mean, that old content really fueled us starting this back up. And it's like, what new things can break through? And, I mean, it does. It does. Everyone gets a hit now and then. I mean, I just, from our trip, from the Utah trip, I posted a little video of all these cavemen, which I don't think they're caveman skeletons. They look like Halloween, like Spirit Halloween
They're not caveman
skeletons. They don't have the messed up skull. They're literally Spirit Halloween skeletons holding, like, javelins.
Homo erectus skeletons.
And they're fighting like this big mammoth. And then there's this one up on the hill holding a rock, and he's looking straight down at a human below him, and he is not throwing that rock at the mammoth. And so I do a whole thing about how that dude's got murder on the mind. And I mean, right now on TikTok, before we got on, I posted that this afternoon, and that got 50,000 views. And it's like, 10 years ago, I would have been like, holy shit, 50,000 views on this? That would have been like one of my top 20 YouTube videos. Like, some of the things I considered super viral, like my old Icicle Karate video, only had 150,000 views, and I remember thinking that was huge. 50,000 views almost means nothing anymore. It's such a fart in the wind.
It's crazy to think about. Like, you look like 2003. You think about that. If 200,000 people saw something that you created, you won the lottery.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's nothing now. Like you said, it's a fart in the wind.
Well, and I'll even talk about, like, the length of virality and how that's changed a little. Like, I'm a Snake, thankfully, came out a long time ago, so it became, like, a nostalgic thing. So it didn't really go away. Like, you don't hear people really bringing up Chewbacca Mom or, like, the yodeling Walmart kid. Like, they came in a little later where it was, like, a moment in the sun. You got to go on Ellen, which I never got to do that, but, like, I was on Tosh, so that's cool. And, like, my thing just kind of gets to stick around as this weird nostalgic throwback to the early internet, where new virality just gets churned up and spit out and people don't even remember it happened. And an example I'll give is the most retweeted tweet of all time. I was running the Wendy's Twitter account when a fella named Carter asked how many retweets he needed to get a free year of chicken nuggets. This was like 10 o'clock at night. I was actually going to the bathroom. Surprise. And I was just doing responses on the Wendy's Twitter. And I was like, Ellen's tweet got like 3 million, 18 million. That's 6 times the amount Ellen's tweet, which was a selfie from the Oscars, had gotten. So I was like, there's no way he gets it. It's just kind of a funny throwaway response. I didn't think anything would happen. This kid replies, consider it done. Screenshots it and then posts it up and says, help me out, a man needs his nugs. Just happened to be the right place, the right time, consistency. So it's like, you got to do something consistently. You got to be ready and at the right place at the right time, so that it's not luck when it hits. It's you were ready for it, and the moment came to you. And so he did. He didn't get 18 million, but he broke the record. And he went on Ellen, and he got to be in a Katy Perry video. And I got to go to the zoo with him one time, and we held a baby kangaroo, and that was pretty cool. He's a super nice kid, but now I can mention that. And it didn't end up being the final tweet with the most retweets. There was a couple other things that ended up beating it, but this was the most retweeted tweet, the biggest post on one of the biggest social media platforms in the world, and it was only 6 years ago. And if I bring it up to people, a lot of them don't even know what I'm talking about. It was huge. I can't even imagine getting that many views on one thing. And yet, more people know what I'm a Snake is in this day and age than they would know about the Chicken Nugget Retweet Kid. Why? Why do these things get so big that they just disappear? Do we just not have investment in the moments anymore?
I think part of it too is, you said it yourself, you didn't go viral like this.
Right.
I think that slow burn tends to make something last a little bit longer. Right?
Sure, right.
Like,
well, people get more of a parasocial relationship to it. They can be like founders almost. Like when it only has 100,000 views and it's been out for a couple months and you and your friends all know it, it's your inside joke.
right.
But yeah, and also, like you said too, there's your I'm a Snake is more. It's a thing that can go on multiple different platforms.
And
you can just do the audio of it.
And
you know,
they do
you'll know what it is. You can catch it. But a tweet, although it hits in that time, it's not going to.
And I guess something about this tweet too, in particular, is the tweets that get shared in the way you're talking about. That's actually probably pretty important. How can you make something that goes viral on one platform that can then spread and be continually used in other platforms? Because really that's what makes real virality, is when other people can meme your meme and also have success with it. I think you're dead on with that. Like, yeah, what does a screenshot from Nugs for Carter do for anyone at this point in time? It's the moment's over, and it's not a funny joke. It's just like oh yeah, I remembered that happened. Like the joke where the one that this one had like 1 million likes on it. It was a picture of a food truck, a McDonald's food truck, and we quote tweeted it and just said, "Looks like a garbage truck to me," and that had like 1.1 million likes. That one still pops up, still successful because
That was a good one.
Because it's a screenshot, right? It's short, like we talked about with Reddit. It's a quick joke. You get it. It's fast. And you don't have to be there in the moment. I feel like a lot of stuff that you do that's for a moment creates a moment, but once that moment's gone, it becomes one of the most forgettable things in the world. And so maybe it's just all about creating something that invites people to do something with it.
I would argue, too, that back when Snake came out,
different world for sure.
Your people who interact with your video probably tended more likely to follow you. Would that be a correct assessment?
I don't think that's ever super happened to me, actually.
Really?
I think because I did get some. I've always gotten followers slowly but surely, but it's been 13 years. I don't have 100,000 on YouTube. I have like 70,000, so I get followers, but a lot of the views are the randos that just click over and watch it.
So I guess theoretically, what I'm trying to say, though, is if Snake came out today and it went viral, do you think you would get 70,000 followers off that video?
I don't think that.
That's been my experience as well.
Yeah, I don't think that it wouldn't. You couldn't do it with just one video. It'd take multiples. People would have to see you go viral 4 or 5 times a lot of times. Or you can get a person with one video. It happens. Like people see one thing and they're like, oh yeah, follow. But yeah, I think you're right. I think it comes back to the consistency. It comes back to the Wendy's Twitter thing. Like when it first went viral, we had been doing replies like that for 2 years. I worked with my client's name was Amy Brown, and she's the one who had the first big tweet. The one that was just like, it's not our fault, you forgot refrigerators existed for a second there. And it was on Anderson Cooper and everything. It's like, but before that, we had been replying sassy and doing the jokes for many years. It was just, she hit it at the right time and the right moment and kept the quality consistent. It paid off. Like, luck is preparation and consistency meets timing.
I would argue a little bit, though. There's still a lot of luck.
Oh, yeah. All luck.
Right, because,
You're doing a lot of arguing here.
I do.
No, but I agree. It is definitely luck. I just think that luck can pay off in different ways. If you've been doing it consistently, people will find you and look at what you've done and see that it's something they want to stick with.
So that's where you get the follow.
Yeah, instead of just, they did this one time. Cool.
Yeah, but then they'll come back and you'll have to keep doing something.
You do.
Right.
Yeah, you can lose people very quickly. People are not loyal. These hoes ain't loyal. I'm telling you that right now.
Yeah, I guess that's the.
So
It takes a couple seconds to hit somebody and get them on there,
yeah.
but it also
But
takes
then you
a
gotta
couple
do it again.
seconds just to lose them.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
As
And you
well.
gotta do it again and again and again. You gotta keep them. And you know the people who find the success are the ones who never stop grinding, right? Whether you like them or not, it's the people like the Pauls who do fucking everything,
Oh, I thought you were gonna-
shows and vlogs and you just like it's people like
I
the
keep doing it.
Pauls.
Yes, I'm very viral.
The third Paul. We got Logan Paul, we got Jake Paul, and we got Paul.
Just Paul.
But it is. It's the people who. It's the Mr. Beasts. The people who are just doing everything all the time. Eventually, it pays off. You have to have that foundation for people to dig into to really find the investment, I think.
And it's that goal. I'm going to make a living off of this.
Yeah.
Like, that's...
Well,
yeah.
it takes a lot more time doing it than.
I mean, to make it your job, it has to become a
Yeah.
full-time job.
Right. I mean, even just doing this podcast
Takes so much time. Yeah.
Right.
We got to film. We got to edit the videos. We got to edit the audio.
Come up with the ideas.
We
Write
gotta,
your.
write it out. Like, make sure we're good. Like, get people on. Like, yeah. Cut it down to TikToks. Cut it down. Figure out where to post it on all the different
Yeah,
platforms.
and by that time you got to freaking
and
have a new one. By the time you got everything
yeah,
up.
and at that point we need to have a new post on the zine. We need to have a new sketches for the shows. We got to have this. We got to have that. We need some more TikToks that aren't shows because we can't just post podcasts because then we lose people.
And then I have a job.
And then we have jobs. Yes. And honestly, that might be the hardest part. Like, not just the time from having a job, but, like, the amount of brain space jobs take. And, like, especially, like, I mean, I'm writing all day long about cheeseburgers generally, but, like, I'm writing all day long, and then it's like, okay, now I need to write for me. And just switching that gear from, like, work life to home life is so crazy and hard to do. There's a reason that only one TikTok from the last podcast is up so far. I'll get to it. It just hasn't happened.
Yeah, and I got to get through and do the freaking deals. It's so different to do like the way I come up with things.
Yeah.
I used to. It sounds stupid, but I would just have a magazine, and I'd just flip through a magazine.
Okay. Yeah.
I wouldn't even be looking at the damn magazine.
Mm-hmm.
I know it sounds weird. It sounds
No, I
weird
mean,
when
it
I'm
doesn't-
saying it. And I'm just flipping through this magazine, and I would just.
Kind of zone out a little bit.
I guess so. That's
Yeah.
the deal. I don't know why that was the case, but
The stimulus is like it helps you. It just tickles your brain in the right way. Like when I'm writing at work, I've watched entire major shows in the background on my second screen while I was like writing tweets or writing whatever. Like because the stimulus you don't even have to pay attention to it. You just have it and it like tickles
yeah,
your brain.
I guess so.
And so,
I
like,
guess we have our
visually,
own, have
you're
our
just
own
kinda
way.
like,
I guess.
Yeah. You're just flipping, yeah.
Yeah.
Mine is background television all the time. I watched all of Mad Men, all of Breaking Bad,
all of Big
Frasier,
Bang Theory.
Big Bang Theory like 10 times.
Do you
Young
catch
Sheldon.
it as you're going? What's going on in it?
For the most part, there are things that I definitely miss, which is why I usually watch those things multiple times in the background. I'll like watch through it, watch something else, go back. But yeah, I mean, I catch most of it. Like
Probably wrestling's easier for you.
wrestling is
then, 'cause
by far the thing I do the most, especially because I can watch like old Royal Rumbles and not have to super pay attention.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, I mean, obviously, wrestling's what I watch the most anyway. So, yeah, I mean, lately it's been worse. Like since they made us go back to the office, when I'm in the office, people love being in like face-to-face time, so there's not a lot of me looking and having my headphones on like there was when I could work from home. But that's okay. It's nice. It's nice to socialize. I like my coworkers. They're all beautiful. Well, except for one.
Frank.
You know who you are. No, don't say that.
Oh, sorry.
There's a Frank. I like Frank.
Frank, you son of a bitch.
Frank is a
Frank's
client.
a real piece of shit.
Frank,
You
Frank
heard it
is like
here.
one of my favorite clients. We'll never watch this anyways.
You say that, but
True.
could go viral.
But yeah, no, I do. I love Frank. He's the best. Just to be frank. So I don't know. We've talked about what it means to be viral on the modern internet and how it doesn't really mean much of anything. We've talked about jumping on trends. I didn't mention the Grimace Shake, but let me tell you, I wish I didn't miss out on that trend. Did you guys see that at all?
Where people were dying from the shake?
Yeah, they would drink the shake, and then it would, like, flash, and they'd be, like, all drooling and, like, throwing it up and stuff. And
What?
yeah, oh, yeah.
What's happening?
The Grimace Shake trend. So, Grimace had a birthday shake at McDonald's.
Okay.
And it was purple. Mm-hmm. And people would be like, oh, man, I'm going to go taste test the Grimace Shake. And they'd take a drink of it and be like, and then it would cut. And it'd be like kind of like a Wyatt family cut where it'd be like, and then you'd be like on the ground, like all of like look
like you had epilepsy or
like,
something, and having a freaking
it looked like
fit?
they died from choking on the shake, or like and people would take it up a notch, right? They'd be like completely covered in purple, dripping, and I wanted to do one, but I missed out on it because I'm old
shake.
now, and I don't know when the trends are happening because if I see a trend on traditional media for the first time, I know I've missed it. I know me and my grandparents found out at the same time, and I have lost.
Yeah, there's no way I can do any of those.
I wanted to do
that's for damn sure.
I wanted to do an I'm a Shake, right, and have like make the hat,
I'm a
like,
shake.
make the hat like puking it down me.
That's
Yeah,
a good one.
I know. I boofed it. I boofed it hard. I boofed that thing hard.
Yeah, you got to catch it while it's there.
Well, I mean, I guess fuck it. Since we've talked about everything, yeah, you set us up. You said we're gonna see who can go viral. Who wants to try first? I mean, I know what I'm gonna try. Do y'all know? Y'all have ideas on what you're gonna try?
I know what I want to try. Josh, are you gonna attempt something here to go viral? You're the guest. Maybe we'll let you go first.
I got nothing, guys.
I mean, you can choose your position too. Like, if you think of something.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so
I'll think on it.
Okay, I'll go first.
Okay, you go
Mine's
first.
Mine's easy.
Yeah, look right in this camera right here.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the headphones down. I'm just gonna lean in. I gotta look pretty. If I don't look pretty, it's not going viral. Okay, now because you gotta look pretty when you do something smart, and this is real smart. I can say the alphabet backwards in less than 3 seconds. I can say the alphabet backwards in less than 3 seconds.
Let me get a timer on
and I'm going to tell everyone right now, ready, set, ZYXWVUTSRQPONMLKGHD. ZYXWVUTSRQ. I goofed it twice, Paul. ZYXWVUTSRQPONMLKJIHGFEDCBA.
Boom.
Less than 3 seconds. ZYXWVUTSRQPONMLKJIHGFEDCBA.
Can I get the stopwatch on you?
Okay, here we go. We're trying it again. He's getting the stopwatch. I'm going to
down.
say the alphabet backwards in less than 3 seconds, and if that's not true, less than 4 seconds.
I'm gonna count down so he knows when to start.
Let's.
From 3.
Yeah, 3, 2, 1, go.
Let me know
You
when
tell
you're
me
ready,
when you
Paul.
got that stopwatch ready, Paul. I'm going to
there
say...
it is, right there. It says there.
Got it.
Okay, I'm going to say the alphabet backwards
Okay.
in less than 3 seconds.
3, 2, 1, go.
ZYXWVUTSRQPONMLKJHDFEDCBA.
Let's see what it says here. Get that out of there. It was 3 seconds and 3.4.
3.4 seconds. Okay, so I got it in 3.4 seconds.
That was pretty good.
That was pretty good.
That's pretty impressive.
That's pretty good.
That shit better go
ZYXWVUTSRQPONMLKHD. I keep screwing it up, but I did it.
Nice.
I did it.
I was impressed.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And it sounds-
ZYXWVUTSRQPONMLKJHDFEDCBA, right? So, like,
G-
the joke used to be...
YX.
The joke used to be...
Zag, zag.
The joke used to be that I would memorized that so that if I was ever driving drunk and they tested me and made me say the alphabet backwards, I could pass the test, which I didn't drive drunk, so that's not ever why I did it. The reason that I know the alphabet backwards is because in choir, they would make us sing it all the way through, and then they would have us sing it backwards. And so...
Ooh. Like the ABC song or just your ABC?
So you sang the ABC song, and then on the way backwards, it was like ZYXWVUTSRQPONMLKIHGFEDC and B and A.
Holy shit. What kind of choir did you go to? Good
So
God.
I was in the advanced
Oh, that's-
choir.
Whoa.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness.
Concert choir.
Wow.
So I was one of those.
That was impressive.
I was one of them Glee kids. I was like singing and snapping and
Oh, we
I was
know
like,
that from our intro songs. They're amazing.
I want to be in America. Okay, by me in America. They literally made me sing that, which is probably so offensive. I'm both a man and a white man, but
And you sound exactly like the Micro Machines guy when you say the alphabet backwards.
did I?
Yes.
Can you say anything backwards, Josh? Really quickly?
I think I'm going to have to...
your Ovaltine.
Okay.
Teen Oval.
Okay. So I'm going to go viral here. Going to attempt to go viral. I bought a bunch of gum.
Ooh.
Okay? A bunch of gum. And I'm going to chew as much gum as I can. And then just full of... I got like 10 pounds of gum.
I feel like you bought the oldest old man gum you could find.
Well,
you bought Bazooka Joe.
Hopefully your teeth don't break.
These are... I'm going to chew this gum. Oh, fuck. I didn't even think about my teeth.
Yeah, this
And then-
probably came right out of a pack of baseball cards.
And I'm going to try to make the world's
Turtle cards.
largest bubble. Okay?
Okay. World's largest
do
bubble.
this. Okay.
He's going to chew a
I'm gonna
billion
chew these. Let me
pieces
start opening these bad
of
boys
Bazooka
up.
Joe.
If you can...
Ooh, that's one piece. Ooh, yeah, you can hear
Oh, God.
Yeah.
These are so hard.
Yeah, you... Why
What year are these? These like came out of trading cards.
Yeah, they haven't
What
been
the
around
fuck?
since 1960s, at least.
How is this going to work? Can you help me undo these?
You're definitely gonna... This is like trying to chew Cracker Jacks.
Jesus Christ. How is this... This is not going to blow.
No, I mean, if you soften it up,
I'm trying.
I feel like your teeth might be softer than the gum.
God damn it. I got to go viral.
Here's a piece.
Let me see. I'm doing F4.
There's one. Oh, there's some
I don't
there's
got
little
five.
paper on there.
F5.
So this is a Bazooka Joe and his gang comic. It says, "Mort, we're lost. It's getting late and dark. There's a sign. Climb up and see what it says." And then it says wet paint.
6.
It says wet paint on the side. Oh my!
That's a good one.
What a goof.
7.
Mort is such a silly son of
He sure is. This is starting to remind me of the open mic I did where I would just tell the jokes that were on the inside of the Laffy Tappies.
Hey.
I choked about halfway through the set.
Carry your bag, sir? How much do you charge? 50 cents for the first bag and 15 cents for the other. Okay, I'll carry the first bag and you carry the other.
Good 9.
Where did you get those holes in your pants? We were playing grocery store. I was a piece of Swiss cheese.
like the dog from Wacky Races. Doc, please help me. I can't remember a thing. How long have you had this condition, Joe? What condition?
Can I play the piano anymore? Of course you can. Well, I couldn't before. Oh, I got wet paint again. Come on, Bazooka Joe and his gang. Get it together. Paul, you look like you're about to die.
I got 10. I got 10. I think
Is that
10.
enough?
I think so, because I can't.
I'm gonna try to chew this piece. If my crown falls out, I'm suing. Suing the podcast. This canary is a wonderful singer, but he only has one leg. What do you want? A singer or a dancer? Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to attempt to blow. I have a mic right here. Oh, I guess we know. Okay.
There's no way you're gonna be able to blow bubbles. You're just gonna choke. You can't even get your tongue through it.
How big was it? Get a ruler. Get a ruler.
Okay. Hold on, I'll get a ruler. Let me see.
There's a tape measure right over there.
Yeah. I got you.
It's actually pretty good when it softens up.
Not so bad.
You ready? I'm gonna go quick, so you're gonna.
1.5 inches. I think you can do better.
Okay.
Of course, your girlfriend said those exact same words last night, so. Got him!
Got me. Okay.
Oh, God. No. You all right there?
I think that's it. I think that's it.
Oh, God.
Oh God, that was not. Oh.
I don't know about world records, but you kind of look like the Great Muda at the end.
You think I'm moving right next to the fucking fattest twins on motorcycles? Oh God. Okay, that's gonna go viral as fuck.
Old man dies choking on Bazooka Joe.
Did you come up with anything?
I can't top you guys. That's just.
You don't have to. Yeah, it is.
I'm gonna say the
There's
alphabet.
no way you can top us.
I'm gonna say the alphabet
Can you beat forward in 3 seconds?
as slow as I possibly can.
Okay, go.
I'm kidding.
Ready? I'm going to time you. Go.
A B C. Show's over.
That's why I should have went with less gum.
Yeah, I think my bubble got to almost 3
God.
inches. Almost.
There's a lot of sugar in that.
Yeah, that's the title of my
Oh,
memoir.
God.
Almost 3 inches. Yeah, let's thank Josh Jordahl.
Thank you.
Jordahl's Dumb Videos, at Jordahl's Dumb Videos.
Did we-
Instagram, TikTok,
YouTube.
YouTube, Facebook.
It's on there.
Okay. Twitter, or I guess X.
Nope.
We're done with X. That's our X.
What did we figure out how to get?
I think we figured out that
Viral?
there's no way.
There's
to
no
know.
real way to know getting viral, and I think we figured out in modern day terms, virality is no longer the same thing. So, real virality isn't just having a singular moment that pops off and disappears. Real virality is when you break through and have multiple moments. Because a virus that goes away immediately is no virus at all.
Oh,
Dang, I just came up with that while I was chewing this gum.
nice.
Damn.
That's nice, but I
I don't know if it
think
made a
that's
lot of
true.
sense. I don't know if it made a lot of sense, but you know what? Listen, I'm no doctor.
all the other viral viruses make fun of it. That's for sure.
I'm not a doctor, but they teach me in viral school. That's for sure. They teach them kids in marketing how to do what I do, and guess what? It doesn't work. So so it turns out there's no real answer. There's no equation.
Like a giant
You just
tongue
got to
in my
do.
coffee.
Yeah, it looked like you had just like
Yeah.
it looked like a big cancer tongue coming out of
I
your
probably should have went
face.
with less gum.
I feel like maybe a little less would have helped because that definitely was your entire mouth.
I think the best part is the two guys who weren't going for the gum world record have gum in their mouth, and the guy who was has none.
Yeah, he had to spit it out. He went, no, all right, that's it. This is the end. Yeah, follow Jordahl's Dumb Videos on all platforms. Follow Arson Club KC on all platforms.
All platforms.
See us at the Rhino, November 24th,
Black Friday.
And that means bottom
Bottom
boy.
boys out.